Boring. Boring.
I don't know about you lot, but I fucking hate the international break. Welcome to my Champions League quarter-final preview. And there are some mouth-watering ties in this year's Champions League quarter-finals. And we kick things off with Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Two powerhouses of European football. Real Madrid, the 15 times winners, and Bayern Munich, the 7 times winners. Real Madrid absolutely battered Manchester City by 5-2 over 2 legs, beating 3-0 at the Bernabeu thanks to a Federico Valverde hat-trick, and then a 2-1 victory in the second leg at the Etihad thanks to a brace from Vinicius Jr. For Bayern Munich though, I mean, wow. Just wow. A 6-1 victory in Bergamo against Atalanta in the first leg, and then in the second leg at the Allianz Arena, a 4-0 victory, which meant a 10-1 victory on aggregate, which was just mind-boggling. Obviously, Real Madrid are not having the best season of their lives, I think it's fair to say, but they still have a genuine chance of winning the Champions League this season, as they always do every year, because it's Real Madrid in the Champions League. It is what they do. But for Bayern Munich, they haven't won this tournament since 2020, which was in COVID under Hansi Flick. It's been a long wait, especially for a club of their size. But in my personal opinion, I think Bayern Munich are the best team in the world at the moment. They are just unbelievable. Vincent Kompany has done such a good job, like genuinely, because it's mental. He got relegated with Burnley and then he gets the Bayern Munich job a month later. Like, football is a crazy sport. For Real Madrid, obviously, Alvaro Arbeloa in charge, who I think is doing quite a good job, to be fair to him. Obviously, Xabi Alonso was the last manager. It didn't really work out. I mean, he had quite a high win percentage, but obviously, you know, the reports coming out, the players weren't too happy about him and stuff like that. But Madrid, fair play to them. I did not expect them to beat City over 2 legs, and they beat them in both legs. 5-1 win on aggregate, fair play to them. But in this tie, it's a difficult one. I'm only going to be predicting the first legs because I'll do my second leg predictions when I do the review of the first leg. They are 2 European powerhouses. They know how to do it in this competition, especially Real Madrid. 15 times they've won this competition. The first leg is at the Bernabeu, which I think gives Bayern Munich the advantage in the tie. I think you always want to have the second leg at home because in the first leg, it's all about just not losing the game, maybe getting a draw, and then going into the second leg, you've got a genuine chance of winning and going through to the semi-finals. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think for Madrid, I think they do have to win this first leg because I cannot see them going to the Allianz Arena and getting a result. So I think 1-1 would be a brilliant result for Bayern Munich. I'm going for Real Madrid 1, Bayern Munich 1. The second quarter-final is Sporting against Arsenal. I mean, Sporting, that was ridiculous. 3-0 down against Bodo Glimt in the first leg, and then you go and win the second leg 5-0. Obviously, they had to take it to extra time. It was 3-0 after 90 minutes, and then Sporting scored 2 in extra time to seal their place in the quarterfinals. And I did not see it coming because I just thought Bodo Glimt, you know, a solid, very solid team, have beaten some big teams in the Champions League this season, including Man City, Atletico Madrid, and Inter Milan over 2 legs as well. They beat Inter, but they just capitulated. For Sporting, I mean, it's one of the toughest ties you can have. Arsenal obviously won the league phase, 8 wins out of 8. Got through against Bayer Leverkusen over 2 legs. The first leg wasn't smooth sailing for Arsenal, I can tell you that. Leverkusen took the lead, and then Arsenal got an equaliser thanks to Kai Havertz from the penalty spot against his former club. And then second leg of the Emirates, Arsenal win 2-0, goals from Eze and Rice. So it wasn't easy for Arsenal, but they got the job done, and that's the most important thing. But obviously, this is a completely different Sporting team. You know, Ruben Amorim's not the man in charge anymore. But ultimately, they have had a fantastic Champions League campaign. They finished in the top 8 in the league phase and completed that amazing comeback against Bodo Glimt. I would not rule out Sporting going through here. I wouldn't, because I think they're a good team. But ultimately, Arsenal are just very good, aren't they? They're a very good team. They've been brilliant all season. And of course, they've got the second leg at home, which is the most important advantage you could have, arguably. For the first leg, though, which is at Sporting, I am going to go for an Arsenal win, which essentially gets them through, because I cannot see them losing at the Emirates. I'm going to go Sporting 1, Arsenal 2. Before we continue with the video, guys, I've got a very important message for you all. We are giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 of these Frank Thinks t-shirts on the 31st of March. If you want to be involved in this giveaway, like this video, comment down below, and also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you for the support. It's been amazing. Back to the video. Third quarter-final, Barcelona against Atletico Madrid, an all-Spanish clash. Barcelona got the first leg at home this time, which you could argue is an advantage for Atletico Madrid, because if they can get a good result at the Nou Camp, they can certainly take that to the Metropolitano. They just need to make sure they get a good result in this first leg, because if they don't, for me the tie is pretty much done. They're going to go into the second leg with all pressure on them, because Barcelona are one of the best teams in Europe, and if you can't take advantage of having the second leg at home, you're not going to go through. So ultimately, Atletico, a draw is more than good enough, because then they'll go into the second leg in front of their home crowd at the Metropolitano 90 minutes away, 1 win away from a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League. And obviously Diego Simeone's been Atletico Madrid manager for 15 years. Been in 2 Champions League finals, he's never won it before. This is a difficult one. The first leg of the new camp. I am going to go for a Barcelona win. But ultimately, it's not the worst result in the world if Atletico lose, but they need to make sure that if they do lose, it's not by more than 1 goal. In this first leg, I'm going to go Barcelona 3, Atletico Madrid 2. I can see there being a lot of goals in this game. There were 7 goals in the 2 legs at the Copa del Rey. So I think there's going to be a lot of goals here as well. And ultimately, Atletico, a 3-2 defeat is not too bad. But they'd have to go into the second leg at home, full guns blazing. I just think Barcelona's quality, they'll have enough for them in this first leg. I'm going to go Barcelona 3, Atletico Madrid 2. A goal fest. And the final quarter-final of this year's Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool. PSG, you just cannot write them off in this competition. No matter what they do in Ligue 1, they are just unbelievable in the Champions League. An 8-2 victory against Chelsea over 2 legs just shows you how good PSG are. Like, they are just unbelievable. Won the Champions League last year, they're the reigning champions this year. And whenever they play the English teams, they just seem to always win. Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Dembele, you name it. That attack is lethal. Absolutely lethal. And it's a little bit different this tie than it was from last year. Obviously, Liverpool took a 1-goal advantage into the second leg at Anfield. It was pure smash and grab from Liverpool. They got absolutely dominated in that first leg at the Parc des Princes last year. But ultimately, they won the leg 1-0 and they were definitely favourites going into the second leg. But PSG, you've got to give them massive credit. They went to Anfield, won the leg 1-0, it went to penalties, and then they won 4-1 in the penalty shootout, which knocked out Liverpool. I can see PSG battering Liverpool over 2 legs. But I'm only predicting the first leg, which is at the Parc des Princes. Liverpool do get the second leg at Anfield, and ultimately if they can get a good result as they did in the first leg of the Parc des Princes last year, you never know. You just never know. But even if they were to get a good result, they got a good result in the first leg last year and ended up losing the second leg and then losing the tie. So I don't think it really matters. For this first leg, I just think PSG got too much. I really do. The attack is ruthless. The midfield is unbelievable. The defence is solid. Like, it's just an unbelievable PSG team. I think it's going to be a battering. I mean, Liverpool, you never know, but I just think with the way that Liverpool have been playing this season, and recently as well, last Premier League game before the international break, lost 2-1 to Brighton. So it's not ideal, is it? And I just think PSG, I mean, if Brighton and Wolves can beat that Liverpool team, imagine what PSG could do to them in Paris. This is going to be a comfortable PSG win in this first leg, and for me, they're going to take a 3-goal lead into Anfield for the second leg. I'm going PSG 3, Liverpool 0. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below if you enjoyed the video. And also, if you want to be involved in the Frank Fink shirt giveaway, comment down below if you want one of these shirts. And as always, turn notifications on so that you never miss a future upload. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers, guys.